You promised God you would never do that sin again. And then you did it again. Maybe for you it's porn. Maybe it's anger or lust or lying. Or maybe it's something nobody knows about. Whatever it is, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And every time you fall, you get on your knees, you promise God this is the last time. You make it for 2 days, maybe 3, and then you're right back. And the shame of it is making you feel, maybe God is tired of forgiving me. If that thought has ever crossed your mind, watch this to the end, because by the time this video is over, you will know exactly what God thinks about you in the middle of that struggle. Because right now, you might be carrying something heavy. You replay the moment in your mind. You question yourself. You wonder how you ended up here again. And the longer you sit in that shame, the heavier it feels. Until eventually, you start asking the question many Christians are afraid to say out loud. Am I even a real Christian? And that is exactly when the enemy whispers his most dangerous lie. If you keep falling, God has given up on you. But that is not what the Bible says. Proverbs 24:16 says, "Though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again." Notice what it does not say. It doesn't say the wicked fall 7 times. It says the righteous fall. People who genuinely love God, people who truly belong to Him, still struggle. Let that sink in for a moment. The Bible didn't just predict you'd fall. It called you righteous in the middle of the struggle. So hear this clearly. Falling into sin does not mean you're fake. It does not mean God has abandoned you. The real danger isn't falling. The real danger is believing you're too far gone to get back up. Because the enemy isn't just after the sin, he's after your identity. He wants you so buried in shame that you stop running to God and start hiding from Him. Just like Adam in the garden. The moment Adam sinned, he hid. And that's exactly what shame does. It makes you run from the only one who can actually heal you. But think about this. The fact that you hate what you're doing, the fact that you keep coming back to God even after you fall, that is not the behavior of someone God has abandoned. That is the behavior of someone God is still working on. Now, many people think the way to stop sinning is simply to try harder. So the next time temptation comes, you tell yourself, this time I won't do it. And for a while, you're strong. But eventually, the pressure builds, and before you realize it, you've fallen again. Because fighting the same battle the same way every time rarely leads to a different result. But here is the part most Christians never realize about repeated sin. Real change usually starts when you ask yourself one honest question. What am I doing that keeps opening the door to this sin? Because sin rarely grows on its own. There's usually something behind it, a habit, an environment, or a trigger, something that quietly keeps pulling you back into the same cycle. If it's porn or lust, ask yourself, what are you watching late at night when you're alone? What kind of videos keep showing up on your phone? What thoughts are you allowing your mind to stay on when no one else is around? Because the battle isn't always about weakness. Sometimes it's about the doors we've left open. But listen carefully to what God says about you in the middle of this fight. Psalm 37:24 says, "Though he may stumble, he will not fall, for the Lord upholds him with his hand." God is not standing over you with a scorecard. He is holding you with his hand while you stumble. So if you've been falling into the same sin and you're exhausted by the fight, hear this clearly. Do not let shame drive you away from God. Let conviction drive you back to Him. Your story isn't over. The enemy wants you to believe your story is over, but every person God used had a chapter they were ashamed of. David, Peter, Paul, men who fell hard, men who failed publicly, men God refused to discard. And the fact that you're still fighting, still feeling the weight of it, still watching this video right now, that is not someone God is finished with. That is someone God is still pursuing. The enemy wants this chapter of your life to be the end of your story, but God is still writing your story. So get back up. If you're getting back up today, comment, "I'm getting back up." And if someone you know is silently fighting this same battle, send this video to them. Don't overthink it, just send it, because it might be the exact thing they needed to hear today.